Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry I was running a little bit late. Hopefully you saw the tweet that I put out there where I had to dig into lunch. There's nothing more embarrassing than live streaming and your stomach is so loud that people can hear it. So now I brought that up. Now you guys know that happens. But anyways, I was so hungry, and my favorite new place is the B12 Burger. There's one in Laval and one in Kirkland. My absolute favorite. I love the B12 chicken burger. So sorry that I was a little late, but my tummy was talking. All right, live on YouTube. Let's talk stocks. We are going to talk about the SPY. We're going to talk about Amazon. We're going to talk about Tesla. We're going to talk about GameStop and more today. There's the link. All right. Let's share this over here. All right. And for LinkedIn as well, share it right over there. And then we'll get into it. I hope you guys are having an amazing trading day. I am loving today. Busy day. All right. And everything is all set. Hello, Walter. Good afternoon. How's your afternoon going so far? All right. We've got Bank of America up here. I was watching Bank of America to see where are we going to go from here. It looks as if we might be primed for a squeeze and a move to the upside, maybe even all the way back up to 35. Looking at the 15-minute chart, they've been testing and riding right along these moving averages, watching to see, are we going to hold above 31.31 or going up even further? All right, let's look at the SPY today. Hey, Terry. Hey, Bat Scientists. So I got my fibs on here. I called it out yesterday. I said maybe we're going to be heading up to 385. Starting to see a little block of trading that's happening up here. 380, 320 to roughly right here. So they brought it down, quickly bounced it up, and then brought it back down again this morning to this trend line and bounced it up. So would really be watching for the bigger move. Hey, are we going to drop down below 382 or above 383.25? Let's change those colors so that it makes a little bit more sense. There we go. All right, my eyes are used to seeing it the other way around. So looking at it, let's also do this. Let's make this the 24 and this the 15. All right, so looking at it, could we break out even higher for a bigger move on, hi, good afternoon, Ernest. Welcome. Could we break it out even higher to the new upside? You know what? Roughly, I actually did this. I was doing some measurements this morning, and hey, Roger, my projected target for the new high before we start to see another pullback is going to be 391.60. So I am bullish on the SPY right now until we hit that high of 391.60. And right now, hey, G Shrink PhD, happy trading to you. Hey, Karimov. You like my background? Yeah, bearish or bullish. You know what? Let's just follow the market and let's just lock those profits, right? So looking at the SPY, feeling bullish on that. Looking at the Qs, feeling bullish on that. I didn't do a projected target yet. We did test up here. We're coming back. Is this going to be a double top? Well, where was the big volume? Right here on the 21st of January. And then also on the, all the way down here. So potentially they sold at the top and they bought back in at the bottom. Not for sure, but thank you, Wall Street Stockbroker Notes. Thank you. Yeah, and let's see if I can show you guys the picture of what I ate, why I'm a little bit late today. All right, here's this cool menu. Can you guys see? No. Let's do this. I'm going to show you. I'll show you on Twitter because I put it on Twitter. Here is what I ate. This is why I was running late today. Look at this burger. It is so good. So I had to tear into it. Now, this is a regular can, so this burger is about 8 inches wide. I inhaled half of it. Absolutely delicious. So thank you for that, Wall Street Stockbroker Notes. All right, so looking at the cues, I'm going to turn off these longs and shorts over here on the EMA crossover. It is so good. Oh my gosh, it's my newest obsession for ordering out. My new favorite is up there. So I love them. I'm going to promote them so that they don't go bankrupt, right? Because there's nothing worse than finding a great restaurant and then yeah, we're going to look at Macy's. Also, I don't know if Tucker is here. Hold on one second. I had Tucker messaging me on Instagram. So I'm going to tell him to pop on over. Not on Instagram, sorry. He was messaging me on come join my live stream. We'll talk about it. He wants to see Walmart. So looking at, let's turn these off over here too. Volume profile, we don't need that. It makes it a little messy. So we came back down, we tested this moving average right here, and we're bouncing up off of that. The tweet when you're live on YouTube is the best thing. It alerts me perfectly. Awesome. Not everybody has Twitter, and I don't actually do it on Facebook. Maybe I need to do the sharing on all three, Facebook, LinkedIn. I wonder if I can get if this then that to do that for me. We'll see. Looking at this, hey, we pulled back over here. It was a former resistance from the 2nd of February, right? Doesn't look like it, but right at open, that's where we were. So this bounce might be significant. The fact that it was a resistance right here. You see that? Resistance, resistance. Hey, we have a bit of an ascending triangle. Boom, we break out. Hey, test of this. If 326.50 does not hold, likely coming back down to 325.50, maybe even on back down to 324. Hello, Cara Leonis. All right, let's look at the Russell. So the Russell is dropping in value. We are seeing that you and your coworker are debating what the floor for GVO is today. I saw the support is 970. Do you have an opinion on that? Well, check it out. Yeah. So let me add over here. We want to talk about, sorry about making you hungry, Walter. We wanted to talk, I think somebody put one in up here. Let's talk about GVO and also Walmart. Let's see if Tucker pops on. Also, if you guys like the live stream, please turn on those notifications. Excuse me, not notifications. Please hit the like button so that YouTube will share it with more people. Awesome video coming out today, later today, all about my real accounts because people have been getting scammed by scammers using my name, my face on false accounts. So the true ones that are out there. All right, looking at IWM, we have a bit of a descending triangle right now on our 24-hour chart. Looking for support down here at 205. So would watch this trend line on the daily chart. Remember, this blue dotted line is the day prior's close. If we look at it, almost looks like a rounded top over here with maybe a dead cat bounce, right? And then a bounce up. Hey, we're hitting this right here. Is it going to continue and come back down here and break down? Maybe it's going to be a scenario where we go like this and then down. Not sure which direction they're taking it yet, but if they break out up here, I would look for the next target on the Russell to be 11 points above. So we'll say roughly 224 for the next potential high for the Russell should we end up breaking out of this downward wedge, or $11 roughly from wherever we are. NEO, you want to look at NEO? Oops, I didn't mean to delete that one. I wanted to delete this one. And let's check out as well Dow Jones. So Dow Jones is down a little bit today too. From before, we're in between these two trading boxes. This one looks like it had a bit more volume, right? If we add up all the volume from here to right here, a bit more volume. Then finally, once it broke out, hey, shot up This is our new level to test. So if we break above 312.42 or 312.50, would be looking for a move, roughly 9 points. Let's look up at 320, 321 for the Dow Jones. All right, let's check out Amazon, Tesla, some of the majors, right? Amazon, Apple, Tesla. We'll add NEO on there as well, Pauline. So Amazon, yes, better than expected earnings. Woohoo! Remember, my opinion, I really want to see it break out and hold up above here for that full-on move with my target up to 4,400. It has broken out here. We tested support back here a couple of times, broke above the 3,300 level, and then finally broke out. We now have a new resistance. This area, which closed just above this high and this high as well, we want to see hold as support, or I want to see hold as support before going in full long on this. And then super confirmation, maybe go in smaller position size right here, and then bigger position size once it breaks above 3,480, 3,500 area over here. You can see that that offered some resistance and selling pressure at the top. All right, let's look at Apple. Apple and Microsoft will really affect the SPY holdings, right? So right now, we're just sort of going sideways. We have a little bit of an upward trend right here and watching a bit of an ascending triangle, watching to see if we're able to break above 135.40. This is the anchored VWAP from back here. Let's put it on this day right here. Okay, so we really need it to break above 137, and we'll be above all of the volume from these days. And this is the low here, which we're testing as well. So until we can break above these levels, in the bearish mode on Apple for right now. Is it going to be dropping big time? There's a potential for us still to go into more of a correction, but it feels like that correction might be done until maybe middle of February. You made money on INKW, but got out too soon. What do you think of this? We'll look at it, Walter, and check it out. So let's do NEO and INKW. All right, let's check out Microsoft as well, right here. Microsoft. Microsoft has taken out, you see the little bit of a bull flag over here? So if we look at this and we say, hey, this is wave 1, right? 29 points. And we have a bit of a corrective wave back. And then we add potentially another 29 points up. Oh, that was 33. Hold on one second. 29 points, roughly 260 target for me for Microsoft. Now that we are breaking out, if we can hold above these levels, Wall Street's symbol in, please, and thank you when you're done with everyone else. Thanks. Yeah, we'll look at M really quickly. So Macy's, it is on the daily chart, is riding. We have this wave where it goes up and it contracts back, up, contracts back. Is this going to be a bull breakout right here? It's testing the resistance today. Would watch to see if this really closes above this level, right? We want to see that it would likely take out the day prior. We have pretty high volume here. It was bouncing off of the 20 simple moving average. That could have been buying power right there, the fact that it bounced off of it. So keeping that on watch. If it's buying power, it will definitely take out that $15 mark. Otherwise, if we close below and we close below the 20 SMA, would deduce that this would be selling. On the shorter time frame, we do seem to have a bit of a rounded bottom. The depth is 1350 to the rim, which is pretty much where we are right now at 1465. So I would look for a $1.10 move on the shorter term time frame up to 1570, which would bring us up right up here, which would also be a former resistance level. All right, let's check out Futu over here. So Futu looks like it has a bit of selling power up at the top, had a bit of short down, shorting today, coming back down. Would look for test back down to the high right here of the post-market. Ooh la la. Hold on 2 seconds, guys.
Did you guys see that weird Apple print, 2 million?
All right. Let's also check out Tiger, right? Thanks, Wall Street Stockbroker. All right, so Tiger, massive breakout today. Totally missed this one. I was watching Bank of America, but I hope some of you profited from my watch list. I mean, we're looking at a $3 move on this breakout, more than 10% of the stock, roughly 12% today. Never upset about a great, amazing move like that. Also, SLS, lower float stock, 11 million in the float, and that's why I gave it a wider range of roughly $3 on my level to watch for going bullish above or going short below. And it seems as if some volume came in right here, roughly the $10 round number. However, in the past, you see when it spikes up, it tends to crash down the next day. So that is something that I was watching this morning for a potential short once it broke below. Tilray, amazing gap up today. And a nice move to the upside right here. Capitalized on a nice move up $2.30 off of this level of $26.50. So you guys see that these are stocks that I have on my watch list every single day. I do the work pre-market. I put it on my website, cjanetrade.com, by 9 a.m. So you're able to set the... No, Roger, that's from the Java pit. I forgot to mute it. I forgot that I even had it open because I was having lunch. I had to go out and pick up my lunch. So, but I wanted to remind you guys, Flow Trade today, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, doing a free webinar all about flow trade, all about block prints. So you guys heard there was an Apple print, right? Let's go to the blocks on Apple. It's running slow. I have a lot of things open on my computer. I'm going to have to get a beast mode computer. This one was beast mode, and now it's not so much beast mode. Close that. All right. No block trades. Well, let's look at Apple. And it should show us the block trades. Walter, 32 or 64 core. You know what? I have no idea. Let me see. Let me go to my computer information. This one I got back in 2017. It's an Asus Zen book. And I can't find the information, my computer information. Hold on 2 seconds. I can do this. Properties. There we go. 64-bit operating system. I have a 2.6 gigahertz CPU. And what else? I have the Intel Core i7 6700 HQ. So that's a little bit about my computer. All right. So when we look at Apple, right, it should, why is this not working? I think it's because I have so much going on in my, well, in any event, going to be going over this tonight live. The link is down below in the description, and let me put it, I don't have it there. Interesting. All right, well, I'm going to post it. Let me just grab it off of Twitter really quickly for you guys. It will be a free webinar recorded if you can't make it live, that you will be able, there we go. It's unresponsive. Let's put it over here. That you guys will be able to receive the recording after the fact. So let me grab that link. And I'm going to retweet it today too, so that people will remember. There we go. And here is the link if you guys want to participate tonight. Even if you're not able to attend in person, there is the link for the webinar for this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. All right, I figured why not do it so everybody can participate, right? Baba as well today was actually on my long list, the final one on the long list today. And sure enough, after earnings, it's broken out of this downward trend line, came down, tested the moving averages, and we are higher. So would be looking for potential test up here, maybe tomorrow of 271. Baba can really run when it has some volume behind it. And typically for earnings, it will usually be, 3 days to the upside, and then we might set a new high and it retraces a little bit and then moves up from there. So I'd be watching potentially for 271.60 into tomorrow, or 270.60 area. But that would be my rough area once it breaks above 268. All right, let's look at GameStop. Everybody's curious about GameStop. And right now I had it on my list today for if it broke above 105, and sure enough, it broke above 105, had a nice little run up to 113.40. They have lifted a lot of the restrictions supposedly on the brokerage side for people to be able to buy. I think potentially they did that because maybe the hedge fund said, hey, we've closed out a fair amount of our short position. When we look at our daily short volume for GameStop, it was still over 50% short. So there are people that are still shorting this on the way down. And I wonder if the hedge funds made back all their money. I'm not sure. My guess would be no, because it's not gone back down to about 20. And they would have only been able to short a smaller amount up so high rather than before. So when they had to buy it back and then they started shorting it, ow. So we're still building. We have 50, look at this, for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days, we have over 50% short volume. So it's still building for GameStop, right? Last 5 days, 53% short. If we start to see this going back up to 60, 70%, look at how it's back up here. When it's up at this level, it's primed for another squeeze. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy the stock, not by any means. In fact, I never say that. But looking at it, when you see that all these days, hey, 58%, this orange line is showing you the volume percentage. Look at this day, it was 69% short, 64% short. Hey, ever since basically January 13th, massive volume. Now the volume has dropped, but we're still seeing more people shorting than buying the stock. They might be going, oh my goodness, this has to go back down to zero. Well, that could be the trouble that gets them into a squeeze against them. So definitely keeping this on watch to see slowly but surely these moving averages are coming down below. We've retraced back to a lower. Let's go over here and check out the angle. Let's see if it'll show me the angle on this. Show angle right here. 12 degrees. That is a very slow rate of growth at which it's found support. If we can close back up above over here, above 120, I'd be watching for that test up here, maybe the 220 level, and so on. And we have this big wedge, right? If it breaks down below over here, 71, hey, it's likely coming back down to 26. If it continues and it closes above 120, in my opinion, I think we're going to be seeing tests up here. I'm going to get rid of this trend line right here because that one is no longer valid. And when we look at it as well, if we look at the downward one set up from here, well, look at that. We pretty much broke above that downward trend over here. So as long as we close above 94.33, let's see if this is working. No. We'll test it out. to see if we have any big trades on it. So I would keep it on watch. This could be a sleeper ready and primed for a second wave of move to the upside. And having lower float, it could really skyrocket again. All right, X. X was on the short list today. And came down, pretty much traded sideways, pretty boring. Yeah, geometry too. I know, it's all about math and timing and cycles. Oh, I love it. I love, love, love the market. I don't know. Can you guys feel my passion for the market? So GSK, GlaxoSmithKline earnings pulled back, seems to have found support over here, roughly 35.30. Would watch that level to see if it breaks down further. Had a little bit of a short trade breaking down from 35.60, just 30 cents. Hi, Nick. Good morning. Where are you tuning in from for it to be morning? Somewhere on the west, somewhere, right? VXRT, massive drop pre-market. And at open, I would have said, hey, let's put this down here. So it had a little bit, I'm not sure. I have no idea what the news is on this one, but this is where I would tighten this. If it goes above 12, this could potentially squeeze back up again. If this drops below 10, I would watch for it to drop down further. SKM, final one on my short list today. And had a little move to the upside, and it's just been trading. Feels like a positioning day for some of these stocks. All right, let's look at Gevo, and then we'll get into Walmart. I don't know, Tucker, are you here? Give me a shout out if you're here. All right, so Gevo looks as if it's come back to the averages and moved to the upside. Would watch for it. Lumen, yeah, we'll check that out. Had that on my list yesterday. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B. This might have another leg to the downside, maybe back down to 935. And then another wave to the upside for Gevo. So right now, it's not doing too much of anything. In fact, these are my levels that I set up yesterday. And look at how they're still respecting it today. That's pretty cool when you see that there are levels from another day. And lo and behold, it's set up for today too. Same levels. All right, let's look at Walmart, right? This one is for Tucker. He had a question about Walmart. So Walmart came down, bounced off of this moving average down here. Pretty high volume, higher volume off of this day. We're not up above yet. It's still in a downward trend. We do have earnings coming up. I'm going to move this over here and this over here. So I would watch for it to break above this trend line right here. And if I were to get into this long, I would use 139.40 as my stop area. Use person's pivot for the levels. On my levels for a bull trade or a bear trade, not always. No, I'm looking at it pre-market and looking to see. I like the 15-minute chart. I also like the 45-minute chart. I feel like that's going to give me a clearer. This almost looks like it's got an equilateral triangle set up over here. So if we measure 142 down to roughly 140, potentially a $2 move or up or down whenever it breaks this triangle. So if it were to break down from here, then maybe a $2 move back down to the downside, down to 139.20, 139.30 area. So keep that on watch. All right, let's check out NEO. So NEO looks like this might be ready to move to the upside again. Here, let's see. Let's move this over here. When we put it here, it's bouncing back up above. This is the anchored VWAP. And we're just above it. Are we going to close above this? Or is this going to act as resistance as it has in the past back here? Let's also throw another anchored VWAP on for the low down here. And it's in between the two. So we're above the lower bounds and we're also above the upper bounds. So this could be breaking out right now for another move to the upside for Neo. Let's do this. I would watch for a target up here, roughly 62.47 right there. Let's get rid of this one. All right, so that's what I would look at is if this, oh, that you guys see that just moved and I didn't do that. I don't want that over there. I want it right here. That this could move up to 62.40 area. All right, final one, Inc. W. This is from, who put this up? Roger? Walter. Walter put this up. So Inc. W, green concepts, really running to the upside, computer peripherals, don't know anything about it. Let's check out the float, likely fairly high float, doesn't have the float there. And let's look at it all-time chart. QTMM announced COVID tracking program. All right, awesome, thank you, John. So this had a technical breakout right here above the high of 495, likely where the volume stepped in yesterday. And as it set a new high, and then we broke above that today, it just continued to the upside. Let's look at Lumen for Bat Scientist. All right, so this is hitting the 425 on the 45-minute chart. Is that why you called this out, Bat Scientist? So I would personally watch. It does have a nice bottom down here, that it's a rounded bottom. Maybe we'll be setting up for an inverted head and shoulders. I would watch the 1177 area. Fairly high volume right there. Typically you'll see that descending volume throughout the pattern. The neckline right here at 12, if that's the setup, 1147 to 12, I would look for a move up to 1250, which would also put us roughly at this moving average for the shorter term time frame. And let's check out QTMM. So QTMM, a COVID tracking program. Oh, interesting. How do they track it? Is it with nanoparticles in a vaccine? I don't know how they track it, but we'll check out Sava as well. And the one that I've been watching, a little sleeper, Quanta. So I'm watching this one. I added to my position today at 9 cents. The reason why I like this, it's not because it's an air transport. However, let's see if it will show us when we go here. Let's go here and Quanta Burbank. I found a video of a woman checking the test kits for nanoparticles on Facebook. Okay, so Quanta, the reason why I like this is because of this. MeadowLife begins to start its distribution of its products in Canada. It's a pink sheet. Not the muscle rub, not CBD. Let's see if we can go to MeadowLife. MeadowLife. How about that? We just go right to their webpage. MeadowLife Corporation. And we should be able to go to their quantum dots and blockchain. Interesting. All right, MeadowLife Media. More state-of-the-art scorpion research. So watch this video right here. All about how they have scorpion, state-of-the-art scorpion reservation lab. So they've taken, Bat Scientists, you need to check this out. They have taken the blue scorpion and they have put it into something like an EpiPen for COVID and cancer. Whoops. Totally hit the wrong button there. It is right here. This one. This is the article from the 27th of January. So in a recent study of 400 patients, they tested positive for COVID-19. Many of the patients studied had severe symptoms such as difficulty breathing, pain, fever, which Escozine was able to relieve within 5 days of treatment. Even patients under ventilators were discharged within days. So this is for if people do contract COVID in the time that the vaccines are rolling out. hey, we're going to treat you, and hopefully in 5 days you are going to be feeling better. So that's why I like this one personally. Not betting the house on this. I have no idea why it ran up so much here, but looking at it for that reason, does this even have a float? And I like the number of shares in the float. Let's go and see if we can see the short volume on it. So that's why I like it. It's a penny stock, 33 million shares in the float, and could move fairly quickly. People want to see something like GameStop go from $20 to $450. Well, how would you like it if you had a 8-cent stock and it goes to $20, right? I think that's a bit more of a growth than 5 or 20 to 450. All right, let's look at Quanta here. Shorts are, so it started to have volume, and now people aren't even really shorting it, but it's still in this upward trend. So let's go back to the daily chart here. Hey, Pete, thank you. Yeah, proud to be a female trader. Proud to be a trader first, right? Trading is hard enough, and then there's not a lot of females out there. So here we go. I like this as long as it's holding this upward trend line, right? If we go from, let's see, what would the rate of return be? If it goes to $19, 19 divided by, let's just say 0.08, only 237%. No, that's got to be way more than that. Probably like 2,300, whatever. Okay, let's go to Sava on my little soapbox about Quanta that I full disclaimer, do have a position in, and I showed you the reasoning why. Okay, so Sava over here, Cassava Science is still running to the upside. Breakout over here. This looks as if, let's go to the daily chart. Let's break it down. Let's put it on a 4-hour chart. Oh, nice, Nico. Awesome. Glad to hear. So it's moving here, moving. Yeah, let's see. I haven't traded this since, and now it's just shooting up. Let's see, how many shares? 32 million. So look, this is another example of a low float. This was down to $8 and now up at 76. Maybe I need to call, what's his name, Wall Street Bets, message him. Hey, Wall Street Bets, check out Quanta. Or if anybody's on his chat room, I'm not in the chat room, but I think everybody in Wall Street knows the name Wall Street Bets by now. All right, so looking at this, shooting up to the upside, $80. Let's back it out to a 5-minute chart right here. Look at it up here, high volume, higher volume. This is a reversal candlestick pattern, right? Would watch for this to hold over here at 73.46. If 73.50 breaks down, has a big gap to move back down to 68.40 and then on down to 64.53. Remember, these are lower floats, so they can move very quickly to the upside or to the downside. Check out Icon. Flying low volume, a lot of room. Icon. Let's check it out. And if you guys are all new, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you know when I do my daily live streams. I do 6 a week. I take off Friday afternoon and Saturday to be with my family. So I don't do any on Saturday. So Icon, it's moving up here. Pete, what I see is this big massive volume right here, highest volume. So if we drop below these levels, below 3 or 295, I personally would get out, because in my opinion that would be selling volume right there. Looks as if it did have crazy volume back here, breaking from 188 and came to the close of yesterday, opened up on the close. This is OTC, is it? And found a resistance point back here from the day prior, broke out, new one. So we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B. We might go sideways and then down. No, not OTC. Yeah, I don't see it up here. Oh, NASDAQ right there. It's been a long day. But That's why usually by this time of day, I'm eating lunch, I'm doing my live streams. I need to recharge my batteries. It'll be over 5 soon, in your opinion. Let's see, there's 11 million. Yeah, 11 million. Let's check the short volume as well. I love this site, shortvolumes.com. 34%. Not that many people traded it yesterday. And we'll see. If it goes above, now on the flip side, Pete, to play devil's advocate to my last statement, if it goes above this right here, high of 310 with high volume buying, I'd break it down even to a minute chart. All right, where was the biggest volume? Biggest volume is actually on this candlestick. If it stays below this candlestick, and this could be a head and shoulders setup, right? So right here, 298 to 309, 11 cents. If it's, yeah, look at that. It seems like it's setting up for a head and shoulders potentially, but it could be a false shoulder and break out above. Breaks above 309 to the upside. If I were to look at this head and shoulder and look for it, all right, $3 up to 320, I would look for a short down to 280. Yeah. In my opinion, I would be very cautious if it broke below 3, then it would likely go back to 280 right on down here. In fact, I'm going to set an alert for 280. 281. And then that would potentially be the momentum to the downside. What I also look at is I'm going to look at the volume for the day, right? Yeah. Here's high volume, it dropped and then broke technical breakout. Now it's dropping. As it's dropping, there's not as many people that are necessarily interested in buying it at such a high price. So keep that in mind. Oh, here we go. We might have the quick 20-cent short right on it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it and see. Are we going to break 3? I like doing this too. Sometimes if I'm in a really low float, high momentum stock, I'll break it down into a 30-second chart to see where the volume's actually coming in. Again, look, we're below this. We are, where's this candlestick? This candlestick had a low of 298. All right, a little battle. Let's see. Remember, this is 15 seconds delayed, so with YouTube. So if you ever watch a live trader, know that there is a 15-second delay with YouTube. Best to watch price action on your own level 2 or your own trading software. Yeah, it is pretty thin, but it is still more than double the average volume for the day. All right, do you guys have anything else? Let's look at silver too. And if it goes below 280, I'll get that alert and we'll get the pop-up as well. So let's check out silver. Let's check out gold. So silver moving to the upside, broke out over here and it came back. We're bouncing a little bit, hitting the 21 EMA. We don't need that on this. Put on a 45-minute chart over here on the right-hand side. So it looks to me like we've got this a little bit, right? We have this and we have this, right? So which is our direction that it's going to choose? Thank you, Stealth C1. What do you think of the new crazy hair color? 85 cents move potentially coming on silver to the upside. We're about to come to the apex of this. So 85 cents to the downside, potentially back down here, a little bit lower than that 425, or 85 cents move to the upside, up to 25.85. And, you know, I've been buying silver coins ever since, I'd say about October, even looking into buying silver tea sets, silverware. Remember that if silver, as they are projecting, could go from 15 up to 1500, I don't think it'll happen all overnight. It could happen over a couple years, 3 to 4 years. But something that costs you maybe $50, $60 now could be worth thousands in a couple of years. So never a bad idea to have, hard physical assets, especially while commodities are low. So think about that. Gold and silver are at a lower point. They look like they're really high right now, but they would, you know what, Nico? I don't really invest in Canadian stocks, but I will check out the chart for you. Let's look at it on the 24-hour chart. Right now, I know in Canada, hey, all of the sun destinations are done. I know they've laid off a lot of people. Let's look at this on a weekly chart, actually. Back it out even more. All right, so let's look at this. We had this crazy drop last year. Once it broke out there, it bounced, right? So let's take it to the high over here. So I would look for a breakout above 2284. That would be where I potentially would like to get in on this chart. And I would look for support. It bounced off of, look at that, the 425. If you guys are new to my channel, the 425 EMA is that pink dotted line. You see how it was resistance, resistance, resistance. Hey, it flipped, support, support, support. So if I were to get in, I would use $20 as my potential stop, and I would look for the breakout roughly 2350. The formal, hey financial freedom, welcome. The formal breakout to me that it would be confirmed is breaking above 2780. But that's a long way to wait. My risk tolerance personally would be down to $20 down here. All right, Genus. Let's look at Genus. I know Genus as well, Marvel. They bought the Marvel products, right? Or they've licensed it. So Genus did have a short squeeze. Let's see how many shares are in the float. We have 241 million. So once it broke the high back here, you can see that on the chart, that is where the volume came in on this candlestick. Now this is setting up. We have lower highs and seems to have found a bit of support off of the 21 EMA and the 15 EMA right here. Potential breakout squeeze to the upside. Let's check on the short volume. Also, this afternoon at 3:30, I will be on the Ticker Talker Roundtable. If you guys want to join me live, come on over, ask questions. We'll be talking a bit more about GameStop and regulations and everything like that. So Genus is 58% short volume from yesterday. So that could be part of the reason why it is moving to the upside. 22 million, average volume is 56 million. So it's less than half of the average volume today, and they're moving it up to the upside. Let's pull up that 45-minute chart over here. It does look as if it's curled up, broken above the 50 and the 200 SMA on the 45. I would watch 191, 198, and 202. And then after that, I would look at 211. What is Ticker Talker? TickerTalker.com. Here, we'll pull it up over here. Flow trade is not functioning on my side for whatever reason today. I was working on my other computer. I think it's this one. All right, so here is Ticker Talker. So when you go to Ticker Talker, this is someone that I have partnered with. I've been working with them for over a year. And they have, oops, I didn't mean to pull that up. I meant to go to Marketplace. So they have these different leaders that are traders. I'm honored to be the only female trader on the leaderboard here with Ticker Talker. And once a week, they do a roundtable of what's going on the market. And there's also different products that are available. So if you were to click on my profile, you see, hey, I've got some courses here, trade ideas. I do offer my trade ideas up as well. I give 7 a day for $20 if you all want to check them out. And there's a free video about how to profit from them right here. And it tells you how to use my trade ideas. They also come out in text form so that if you sign up, you put your telephone number in there, it will shoot it out. And we are going to be working with a broker as their education partner. So That's what Ticker Talker is, Roger. Thank you for asking. All right, guys. What time is the live room class on Ticker Talker? So that's it if you just go to the Ticker Talker YouTube channel, I am there. If you guys follow me, I am there. Oh, thank you, John. I am there on EXC, has a price target of 56. Let's look at this. Did you give us a price target or was it an analyst? John. Anytime that there's somebody that comes out and says, hey, this should be $56, it makes me weary that they might be selling it. But let's look at a weekly chart as well. Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs. Watch this and see that it will probably close in the red today. It's also on a weekly chart hitting resistance right here off of this moving average. I would say the clearer trade to me would be if it broke down below 41.25 or above 43.72. But right now it's testing, or if I were to go short this on their price target to the upside, which many times if you track it, John, and that somebody says, hey, this price target's going up here, and then that they will drop it down. And it's a lot of times somewhat reverse psychology that, hey, where a price target is huge. My dad told me this with Novavax. Let's see what Novavax is. I told him, I said, Dad, he contacted me on Friday. Saturday, we talk every Saturday because I'm not able to see my parents. They're in the States and they just received their second dose of the vaccine today. So my dad contacts me on Saturday, right? This is Friday, is the 29th. I said, Dad, put your sell order in at 287.87. Well, I don't think he had it in pre-market, but that's where it reversed, was up at 295. So just be careful. Back here, my dad called me, oh, Dad, you know what? Maybe you want to take a little bit of profit on this. It's a little extreme right now. No. It's just got a price target of 220. That's what made me think of it, John. My dad called me, hey, what do you think? I told him, I said, Dad, in my opinion, I think maybe you want to take a little profit. And then it came right back down to 108. I know he was kicking himself, losing 50% value at that point in time. And just, yeah, now he slowly but surely, he's starting to trust me more in my targets and everything, which is great. It's great that he has that confidence now. So any other ones that you guys would like to check out? Otherwise, I will wrap it up. I'm going to go and finish that awesome sandwich. Where is that sandwich? Nope. Here's that sandwich. I'm going to go and finish my B12 burger. If you guys are curious, if you all are in Canada and you want to check it out, it's B12 burger. Oh my gosh, it is the best. Oh, schedule on Ticker Talker. So that's it. On the tickertalker.com channel, they have a live stream all day. Look at these. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Here's the menu. And yes, we speak French up here, so there. It's so good. That the live stream for today, I will be on at 3:30. I am on Ticker Talker Mondays and Fridays at 1 o'clock personally. But they do have live Ticker Talker TV all day long running on their website, on Ticker Talker TV, and also on YouTube. All right, guys, have an amazing day. I will see you all tomorrow in the morning if you'd like to join me for yoga, or at 12:15 for the live stream. Actually, it's going to be 12:30 tomorrow. I do have a media spot at 12:15. So Thursdays is 12:30 or 12:20 whenever I wrap that up. All right, have an amazing day. Carpe Profit. Seize those profits one trade at a time.